To this session. So in this session we will study the kinetics of elementary parallel path reactions. So these are the some complex reactions we will study only for the first order reaction. So this parallel path reaction is also called as the competitive reactions, side reaction, concurrent elementary reaction. These are the different type of names for parallel path reaction. So these are the reactions in which a reacting substance they do not follow a particular path. They do not follow a particular path and they give a particular set of products. So it follows one or more paths. The path is not one, it can be more than one to keep the different products simultaneously. And side reactions are very common. So these type of reactions are very common in organic chemistry. We will see that we will have a lots of examples. So suppose this is a reaction which converts into B, C and D. So one is the main product and others are the side products. So we can see, and the rate constants are K1, K2 and K3 respectively. The reaction in which the maximum yield of product is obtained, so major or main reaction is called as major or main reaction because this is obtained as a major quantities, and others are parallel or side reactions. So side reactions are always lesser than the major quantities. So one is a major, others are the side products. So rate constant of major reactions is greatest among in all the possible reactions. Let us see some of the examples. So some examples of parallel path reactions are given below. You can see here. So this is the ethyl bromide under potassium hydroxide. So we will get C2H4, C2H5OH. So this is one product, this is one product, and K and K2 they are different rate constant. Similarly, this is the aldehydic form of the D-glucose. They are giving K1, K2. So this will give you alpha D-glucose, beta D-glucose respectively. So this is your again halobenzene. So under any electrophile, this will give you K1, K2, two parallel undergo parallel reactions. They will give you this ortho product and para product respectively. Similarly, copper is undergoing three different reactions. One is beta decay, positron emission and K capture. So they will give you zinc, nickel and nickel respectively. So this is the beta emission, electron is produced. Under positron emission again electron is produced and K3 it is captured. So these are the reactions. About tertiary alcohol on dehydration, it will go under K1, K2 reactions. This will give you this product and this product. Again nitration of phenol. So on nitration, two parallel paths is followed. So one is your this product. So this is the ortho is a major product, and not ortho. This will be your side product because ortho is there. This is your main product. So mainly para is there. So this is the para product is main and ortho is less quantities. So because of hydrogen bonding, this is your chlorobenzene. So under Cl2, K1, K2. So again it will give you two product HCl, and this is your main product. This is your side reaction. This is also possible. So this is your hexachlorobenzene. How we can find the rate equation of the or rate law expression for the parallel reaction? Let us see that. So since we have to take only first order reaction, so this A is converting to B into C, and let us assume that the rate constant of K1 is greater than K2. So A is giving B, so B is the major product which is 90%, and which is also giving C, that is a 10%. So this is nothing like that. A is converting to B and C. So initial when T is equal to 0, this is a A0, this is a B 0. At any time T, so what will happen? This A is converting to B and C. So both are different at any time T, and this will be your AT. So we can see in terms of graph also, concentration versus time graph in a parallel reaction. So this is concentration, this is a time. So A is decreasing, so what will happen? Simultaneously B is increasing, C is increasing. So their rate constants are K1, K2 respectively. So here K1 is greater than K2. Or we can draw like this, concentration versus time. So A is when decreasing, so may possible if this is giving B, this is C. So in this case what happens? K2 is greater than K1. So if you take this one, the graph will be this one. If you take this one, graph will be this one. So there are two different type of graphs for this concentration. So at time T, this will give you a T product and this will B and C. So Bt is the amount of B and C which is formed. Then their rate constant will be, rate equation will be. So for decomposition reaction, when A is decomposed, the rate of the reaction A will be dA by dt, and this will form dV by dt. and about this. This is differential rate law equation for this reaction, and in this what is that this rate equation of A is the independent rate equation, and these two rate will be your dependent rate equation because they are depending on the this reaction. So there will be dependent rate, this is independent. So if you want to find the value of this and this, so we must know the concentration of this rate, otherwise we cannot find B and C because of this independent rate and dependent rate. So rate of formation of Bt is d plus d at any time B by dt into Q1 into concentration of At. Similarly, for rate of formation of Ct, that is R2 will be dC by dt at any time. So this will be K2 into At. So this negative dAt by dt, this is additive. These rates are additive. So we can add these two reactions. So R1 plus R2. So this will be K1 At plus K2 into At. And since At is a common, so K1 plus A2. So this is your effective rate constant, that is At. So effective rate constant is overall rate constant and equal to sum of the rate constant of side reaction, that is K1, K2 plus K3, K4 to up to Kn. You can take up to Kn also. Now if you integrate this dA by dt, K effective Tt. So on integrating this equation, so you will get this equation dAt by At at any time interval. So our limit will be A0 to At, and this will be effective into dt 0 to t. So if you solve it, this will come into natural logarithm of A, and the limit is A0 into A2, this K effective into t. So this is inversing the sign, this is a minus sign, so you just revert this one, A0 by At mathematically. So K effective into t, or log of A0 into At equal to K effective into 2.3. This is the natural log, this is the logarithm based on 10. Or we can write this equation into, so natural log, this is the A0 by At into e to the power K effective into t, or if you reverse this sign, A2, this is At by A0, so A0 into e to the power minus K effective into t. Or from here we can write K effective equal to 2.303 by t log of A0 into, so this is the first order reaction, so hence it is proved. Now already we have seen that R1 is equal to d by dt equal to Kt by K1. So this Kt, we can substitute this value over Kt, so we will get K1 into A0 into e to the power minus K effective into t. Okay, because we are going to find what is the composition, what is the concentration of B, because this is dependent on initial concentration of A0. So now we integrate this and this. On integrating, so this will be dVt, so limit will be 0 to Bt at any time t, and this will be Kt into A0 into e to the power minus K effective t into minus dot dt. So if you solve it, so this is not minus K effective t, it's a dt. So this will be Bt, 0 to Bt, this will be K0 into E0. A0, this is the constant quantity, so K effective into t, and if you integrate this part, so the K effective will be down and 0 to t will be there. So if you this, you take 3 constant outside, so this K effective t, taking the limits, you take t, write t here, and next minus K effective e to the power minus K effective into t will be 0. So taking 2 limits t and 0, you will get this equation. So if you solve further, so K1 into A0 by minus K effective equal to minus e to the power K effective t, and this will be E0, E0 is equal to 1. So on further equation, you will get 1 minus e to the power minus K effective t. So you will get this equation because this is the minus sign, minus will come this side, so minus minus plus, this will be your minus. So you will get this equation finally. You can find concentration of any time t. So this will be A0 into A0. So this is K1, this will be K2, K effective 1 minus e to the power minus E effective into K effective into t. So based on this one. So here we are taking concentration. This is nothing but the fraction of C formed. We can see here concentration of C at 10 times. So we can take Bt by Bt. Just take 2 value and divide it. So we will get this value for B, this value of C. So this is cancelled. This is also cancelled. K effective K constant. You will get K1 by K2. So concentration of Bt by concentration of Ct equal to K1 by K2. Or from here we can see K2 will be equal to K effective into Ct by A0 into 1 by 1 minus e to the power minus K effective into t. So this is the ratio of concentration of B and C, which is constant for all the time. Or we can say in this reactions what happens, fraction of C form, since these two are the dependent equation, this is the independent equation. So fraction of C form equal to K2 into K effective. So K2 into K effective, this is the A naught concentration, and this concentration is actually written in the form of A naught minus AT. A naught minus AT, as we have seen previously, this we can write to A naught minus AT into C upon A. This is the fraction. Similarly for the fraction of B form, for this one, so this is the C into C, B into B. So from fraction of C this much, fraction of B will be K1 into K effective, A naught into 2. So this is the decomposed, and this is the B by A. This is a B by, these are the moles of the A and B respectively. So this formula is very important to calculation the our numericals. Let us see numericals. Suppose A follows the parallel path first order reaction B and C. So we can see this is the 5 to, these are the moles, this is 1 moles. If initial concentration of A, this concentration is 0.25 molarity, and calculate the concentration of C after 5 hours of reaction. K1, K2 is given here. So after 5 hours, K average will be how much? This is the K average. You add it, these two value, you will get this value. And after 5 hours, means this much second, by using the rate or first order kinetics. So formula is, this is value formula. So put K average this much, so time is given this much, 5 into 3600, and initial concentration given. So this is the AT, which is left. This is this much concentration. So how much A is decomposed to convert into B and C? So A decomposed will be A into AT. So this much value. So again we can use the formula concentration of C, that is the K2 into K effect. Let us see. Solve numerical number 2. So an organic compound A decomposes following two parallel first order mechanism. So A is giving into B and C, and their rate constant is K1 by K2 is equal to 1 by 9. K1 is given this value 1.3 into 10 power minus 5 per second. Calculate the concentration ratio of C to A if an experiment is allowed to start with only A for 1 hour. So we have to find the concentration of C. So concentration of C formed is how much? So this will be your K2 by K effective into concentration of A, initial concentration minus AT. So concentration of AT that decompose. So this will becomes your total decomposed A product. So A left, A minus A left will give you A decomposed into the ratio of their moles of B by moles of C. Now K1 by K2, find the K effective. So this value we can write K1 by K2 is given is 1 by 9. So if you solve it, adding 1 on both sides, so you will get K effective is K1 plus K2 by K2. So K effective by K2 will be 10 by 9, or K2 by K effective will be, reverse it. So K2 by K effective will be 9 by 10. Like this. What is the total value K effective is? K effective will be, add K1 is given, and K2 will be 9 times of K1. So 9 into this value, so you will get 1.3 into 10 power minus 4. And time is given 1 hour, that is 3600 seconds. So since this follows the first order kinetics, so K effective will be 2.303 by T into log of A naught by A left. So substitute all this value. Time is also given, this is also given, so this left, so log of this is nothing but this value. And again on solving, so log 8 anti-log of this one will give you 1.592, and since A2 just subtract by -1 on both sides. So on -1, this -1 both sides, so you will get this value. This -1 will be this much value, and this is nothing but the A naught by 80 into 80. So multiply whole value into 80. So concentration of C formed will be how much? So this is 9 by 10, K2 by K effective into, this is the decomposed product. This whole is the A decomposed into D1 multiplied by 1 by 1. So concentration of C formed by concentration A at a time will be 9 by 10 of this much value, which is nothing but the 0.533 ratio. Now bicyclo compounds, bicyclohexane was found to undergo two parallel first order rearrangement at 730 Kelvin. The first order rate constant for the formation of cyclohexane was measured as 1.26 into 10 power minus 4 seconds, and for the formation of methylcyclopentane, and the rate constant was 3.8 to 10 power minus 5 per second. So what was the percentage distribution of the rearranged product? So let us see how we can solve it. So bicyclohexane undergoing two parallel reactions. So K1, K2 are rate constant respectively. So they are giving cyclohexane and methylcyclopentane. So percentage of cyclohexane will be K1 by K effective into 100. So this is the value given. Divide this divided by K effective is nothing but the K1 plus K2. So K1 given, K2 given. So if you solve it, you will get 76.8%. Similarly, percentage of methyl cyclopentene will be 100 minus this. This is the one method. Second method is K2 by K factor into 100. If you solve it, you will get this much percentage. So this is some simple questions. Let us go some other questions. Solve numerical 4. So gas A, there is one gas A which is split into 2B and C. This is a parallel path, again first order reaction kinetics. The initial pressure of this gas A in a container volume V liter is 1 atmosphere. So initial pressure is how much? 1 atmosphere, and after 10 seconds the pressure becomes 1.4 atmosphere, and after infinite time it becomes 1.5 atmosphere. So what is the value of K1 and K2? So initially K is split into 2V plus C. So this is the parallel order reaction. So at initial, this is the initial pressure is 1. After 10 seconds, this pressure will be, this means 2 into 2 by 3 of A. A means if you are taking initial pressure A, so this will be 2 by 3 of A. And C will be 1 into A by 3. When T equal to infinity, so infinity means A will be completely decomposed into B and C respectively. So this will be your 2P dash some pressure, and this will be P dash. We can write this 2 or P. So this is some gas. So initial pressure is 1. Now at infinity, so total pressure 2P1, P dash and P dash is nothing but the 1.5. So this will give you 3P dash. So 3P dash means the pressure is total 0.5. So from formula we know that B by concentration of B by concentration of C left is nothing but the ratio of the two concentration. So 2 concentration means 2P dash by P dash. So this is 2P dash by P dash. This will give you K1 plus K2. So K1 by K2 will nothing but the 2. So again, if you take the T equal to 10 seconds, in 10 seconds what is the total concentration? So if you solve it, add all this concentration, you will get the value of A. A is nothing but the 0.6. So at this time 10 seconds, what is the K value? So K average will be, because we have to find the K value. If you know the K value, then by taking this and this we can solve K1 plus K2. So time is given, and this is the A value. So A minus X. So A is initial is how much? 1. Okay. So subtracting this value 1 minus A. This is the P value, and this is the pressure of the A gas at 10 seconds. So 1 minus 0.6. This will give you 0.4. If you solve it, you will get 0.092. So K average is nothing but the 0.092. So K1 plus K2 is 0.092, and 2. Again, this is the K by nothing but 2K2. So from here we can get K2. K2 will be how much? So this is the K2 value. And what is the K1 value? So K1 value will be again. So it is the K1 is nothing but the 2, it is equal to 2K2. So if you multiply it, not K1 equal to 2K1. So if this is 0.03, so if you multiply by 2, so you will get here 0.062. This is the K1 value. Next numerical, 8 moles of an element undergoes the decomposition in 3 paths following first order reaction, giving 3 non-elements, new element B, C, and D with these 3 different K constant. So what will be the mole of B after 100 seconds? So A is giving B and C, and the rate constants are given respectively. So average rate constant will be summation of all these 3. This is nothing but a 6.93 into 10 power minus 3. And what is the moles of A left after 100 seconds? So after 100 seconds we will use the first order kinetics. So write the average rate 100, and this is the initial concentration, initial mole, that is A mole, and this is A left. So A left will be, if you solve it, you will get answer 4. So A decomposed will be how much? So 8 minus 4 equal to 4 moles. So moles of B formed is nothing but the K2 by K factor. Use the formula into A decomposed into fraction of this 2 concentration. So 1 by 1, that is a 1 by 1. So just substitute this value, K2 will this much, K factor this much, 4 into 1, so you will get this much value. Now we will see one more theory that how to calculate the effective half-life of the parallel reaction. So this is a parallel reaction which is rate constant are K1 and K2, and half-life of this is T1 and half-life of this one is T2. Since they follows both reaction will follow the first kinetics, so half-life for this T1 will be log 2 by K1, and for this one is log 2 by K2. And effective half-life is how much? So effective half-life will be log 2 by K effective. So K effective equal to log 2 by T effective. So K effective is nothing but the summation of these 2 rate constant, because the rate constant is additive in nature. So now substitute all these values. So for this one, half life will be log 2 by T effective and log 2 by T1 plus log 2 by T2. So on cancelling you will get answer 1 by T effective will be 1 by T1 plus 1 by T. This is nothing but the reciprocal of 1 by T effective. Let us see one numerical based on this. So one reactant which 3 rate constants are given, B, C and D. What is the half life of B, C and D? So find out the half life of these 3, and given that the rate of formation of B and C is 50%, 30% of the rate of decomposition of A respectively. So B is 15% and C is 30%. So K effective will be how much? So K effective is nothing but the rate constant of 3 value. So K effective will be log 2 by 25 because half life of A is 25 seconds. So we will get the K effective value. So K1 is equal to nothing but the 0.15 of K effective. So from this we will get the value of K1. Similarly we can get the value of K2. Log 2 by T effective of A will be 0.15 into log 2 by 25. So from here we will get the half life of A. So use the K value, substitute this value, you will get the half life of K. So half life K, so K1 will be 25 by 0.15. Just put this value. Log 2 will be cancelled. So you will get this much second. 166.60 seconds. Similarly, you can find the half life of B. So K2 will be how much? 0.3 effective. So you can solve log 2 by T half of B. You will get this answer 25 by 0.3 into, you will get answer 83.33 seconds. Similarly, you can find the half life of this. This is the A, B and C. C we can also find out. So this is your half life of B. No, this will be your, you can write B, this will be your again B, and this will be your C, and this will be your D. So C will be this much and D will be 0.25. So the total percentage of B and C is 1530. So 100 minus, you can subtract 100 minus 15 plus 30. So you will get 45. So this will be nothing but the 55% is D. So 25 by 0.55, so you will get this much. So half life of B is this much, C is this much, and D is this much respectively.